So, how did you just phrase that? We're going to talk about combat and making it more than just combat. That's the name. More than just combat.
That's good.
That's
I like
a good
this.
one.
That's perfect.
Combats are us.
The thing I was saying that I have been, as a more advanced GM, trying to look at is how do I make combat more than just, okay, they roll dice, they hit the creature, they, both in a rule sense, like, for example, making it more interesting in an actual material sense. I had you guys fight a bunch of, what were they, water nagas.
Oh,
On a
yes.
ship.
Yes, water
and
nagas.
instead of just, they come out of the water, they hit you, each of them then attempted to grapple you and pull you underwater.
Read it under! Hold the port and hold the starboard! Read it ready!
You weren't ready for that.
It is... I hate that I keep doing this, but it's so applicable in everything we talk about. Spoonie mentioned, fight the monsters fight.
Yep.
And it becomes... Even something like fucking kobolds, you could make that into a drawn-out, kind of annoying fight.
Oh, I've been killed. I got felled by a kobold in my first game.
You suck.
Well, I was playing a sorcerer and I had no idea what I was doing. I ran out of spells because in 3rd edition you don't have level 0 cantrips.
Kobolds!
How do you know that?
You've said that.
Oh.
I just love... I don't even know what that's from, but I love it.
It's from Unforgotten Realms. Watch it. It's hilarious.
Kobold.
Mike, don't aggro the kobolds.
God damn. It's like...
But yeah, when you make a combat, you want to try to go like, how do I make this more than just they run up and hit it?
I have some experience with that.
And there's also a narrative way to look at it. Like, all right, for example, throughout the course of a campaign, you guys fought a ton of shit.
Oh yeah. Good
and
job.
I had explained this to you before, and you kind of tilted your head at me like, I never overtly noticed that, but I bet you got all the information I was trying to put in your brain.
It's one of those, I didn't notice it, but my brain did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take you through a long bunch of combats. One point, you guys went into the Abyss, home of demons. You encountered a Marlith. You all fought the Marlith. The Marlith kicked the shit out of you guys. You won. I wouldn't say it was a close battle, but it was like you guys were 50% down of your resources. So you're like, fuck, I hope another one of them doesn't show up.
Please, if another one shows up, we're going to try diplomacy.
I'm on your side.
If we all roll nat 20s, he can't really say it still attacks you.
We'll just give you Black Wolf. Just take him and let the rest of us go.
Take it and go.
Yes, soldier.
Have you ever heard of the Emancipation Proclamation?
I don't listen to hip-hop.
So, later on, you encounter a Balor. Not so close off the heels of that you didn't have time to dust yourselves off, but not enough time to recover.
That was a miserable time.
But no, you ran away. You ran in an area it couldn't get you. That's what I wanted you to do. You guys were smart.
I want to say from a meta sense, a Balor would really freak Matthew out because he's Irish.
Oh yeah, those are Irish demons, aren't they?
If you say the name Balor, like it's not going to be the same mythology in Pathfinder, but in his universe, he's going to be like, what? Wait, that's a Balor? Fuck, let's get out of here.
All right. So then,
It's the king of demons, man.
all you guys know that a Balor's badass.
Yes.
In meta sense and in player sense.
It's
So
Balor.
later, I have a guy that he's basically the Obi-Wan of this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I have their Obi-Wan NPC, Uther,
Fighting
come
Balor,
out and
yeah.
fight a Balor. He doesn't beat it,
But
but
it's like...
he holds it off.
Hello there.
And then gets the hell out of the abyss like a smart person would do. And he comes out basically without a scratch. So
It's
you're like, oh.
Black Wolf, apologize for calling him a bitch. Right now.
So this communicates to your brain, oh, he's a badass.
Mm-hmm. It's the Virgil complex.
Mm-hmm. Later down the line, you guys meet another NPC that I want you to know is dangerous. Now, the boring way to do this is expository dialogue. Or I have him walk up to a table while you're all eating. Uther sees him and gets uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. The guy who just fought a Balor and came out without a scratch is worried about this guy. Your brain is communicated that, oh, worry about him.
Yeah.
And without any exposition.
And also, he had, what the hell was his Blackthorn?
Blackthorn.
Mr. Blackthorn. He had that attitude.
Throw up that picture with
Yeah.
St. Johnny Drago.
I bet you could just charm a cow out of her calf with that kind of language. Yeah, he just walks right up and runs roughshod on the like he wasn't being like an asshole.
He wasn't being malicious,
but he was being an asshole. Like he was hitting on Sarah, and like you could tell. Like he wasn't trying to offend us, but if he did, he wouldn't have batted an eye at it. Because none of us can do anything.
What you're looking for is he walks around like he owns whatever ground he's standing on.
And then he goes into the arena and
No,
chokes a demon to death.
Then he says, I got an exhibition match coming up. Catch it. Now, if you're dumb, you would say, we don't want to. But smart players go, I want to know what he can do so we can plan for it. So you catch his little arena match where they summon demons.
Yes.
They summon a Marlith, which you guys are familiar with. You fought a while ago. Again, this was spaced out enough in game that it wasn't hitting you over the head. He kicked the shit out of it.
Didn't he like fucking choke it to death with like, his breath or something?
He breathed. He has negative energy breath.
And it's just like,
And so your brain is like, even if you're not thinking like, oh, Marlith is bad. You guys fought a Marlith and
subconsciously we're like, oh,
handed your ass to you.
Hey guys, I don't think we want to fight him. I don't think we want to fight that dragon from Mario Odyssey. That's what he reminds me of.
That's essentially what an umbral dragon is.
Yeah, really.
And so it's that little you can add exposition in without overtly adding exposition in.
Yes. And I've done things like this too. This is one of those things that comes naturally because I've been writing for so long. I got 2 examples of this when I was DMing. When we were doing not Haunting at Harrowstone. Carrion Crown. The series.
Yes.
We were on Trial of the Beast, and you guys were collecting clues in that abandoned area near Lepidstadt.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the area where I believe a bunch of children went missing. Not really important. They were just kids. Fuck them. Who cares? They weren't my kids. And you guys went down into like this basement. I believe Jones was playing with us.
Yes, Jones was playing with us.
And you guys fought some ghouls, and they were normal ghouls. I didn't do anything to nerf them up or down. Mm-hmm. But what I did do is tell you that Madeline is standing behind them, and they all have these unusual glowing eyes. So, from a story perspective, you guys are thinking, oh god, is there something... Are these more badass?
Oh yeah, you've creeped us out.
Furthermore, Maddie's right there, and they were terrified of her.
A side note, Madeline is basically a demigod that in your campaign has decided to troll us?
Essentially, yeah. She's hinges on being a full-on god. I don't... She can't just, like, create shit out of nothing, so... That's kind of, for me, what defines a true deity.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Being able to... Certain reality-bending powers, but...
Your will is reality.
Yeah. But then another example of this was one of my favorite campaigns ever, the wedding. A matter of life or death. Where they came to rescue you, and I pulled a little bit of influence from Mario RPG, and the wedding cake came to life and attacked you. And it had that one attack.
That area of effect?
The aura blast, essentially, where you have to make a reflex save to move out of the square, and then it also remains there. So not only are you trying to fight this thing, you're also thinking, like, when is it going to do that again? How many times can it do that?
That attack changed the whole...
Yes.
The whole combat.
It's like, oh god, we're fighting a cake, this is ridiculous. And then it became, oh god, we're fighting a cake, this is ridiculous.
And every time it would do that, it would basically make a dead zone in the arena that we could not go in.
Mm-hmm. So it would be... Essentially, you have to move around.
That comes out of hazards. Hazards are a good thing to use.
Hazards. And the fact that you guys never went to open the fucking pile of wedding gifts. I was... praying to God you'd remember that I brought it up and you'd go and try to grab some
you probably didn't explain it hard enough that we remembered it after that epic fucking fight.
Yeah.
Where Jones seduced a harpy.
I had a table at one point where, like, you know, if they do say they grab a few boxes, I'm just going to roll a dice to decide, like, which boxes are which, and then when they open them, you get whatever's in there. You might have gotten a turd, you might have gotten something really awesome. But then everything collapsed, so those are just buried under tons and tons of rock and water. Forever. You killed all the wedding guests.
Another mechanic I've always wanted to use on you guys. I have been fucking gunning for it in Strange Aeons, but you have dodged it every time. It's the swallow whole mechanic.
Yeah, that almost happened to me with the Charybdis.
I keep
And
going for it.
Part of me wanted to let it happen because I could have survived it.
Oh yeah,
And then
you'll
I'm
be okay.
like, okay, now I'm inside of this thing. Cleave, just start cleaving its insides. I was thinking
you can cut your way out.
I was thinking of Star Killer inside the mouth of the Bull Rancor with his lightsaber. That was only in the audible, the illustration. No, the novelization. That should have been a mechanic in the game. I don't know if it was, because there were quick time events.
Yeah.
It should have been able to like get you in its mouth. You have to tap the button to get out. Whatever. Let's not start talking about good Star Wars IP, because it's going to be hard to stop talking about it.
Yeah. Let's stop that. Another thing that you can do with a combat is you can, if you are teasing an enemy, like this is a exhibition fight with an enemy.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I thought you meant literally for like trying to draw action.
No. I mean, like you, the GM, are teasing a fight.
You are setting this up.
Yes. Like in the overarching of this campaign we're talking about, there's a demigod who, because it's a mythic campaign, and you have to have a demigod at the end of that.
That just happens, yeah.
Basically, long story short, they pissed him off. He invites them to try and fuck off. Say, hey, come and try to kick my ass, but you have to kick all these people's ass. It's very generic, but he fought you first, and now a smart player would be taking notes on, oh, he can do this, so when we fight him again, I'm going to be ready for this.
Oh, yes.
Or a player like James would be going, why is he able to move and attack multiple times?
Oh my god, there's feats for that, man.
Do I at least get that roll? I mean, it's in the rules. Or is it okay if we play by the rules? Is that all right with you?
Well, mythic feats, yes.
There's an app for that.
But that was the point. Like, I had him do several things that would have, had you prepared to fight him and not taken that into account, could have been really epically bad.
Yes.
Like, he has a mythic ability called, damn, I haven't played in a while. I hope you can edit that long pause out.
Oh no, not after the GM test. No.
Fleet Warrior.
Oh yes.
Where you can basically move and attack
It's
as much as you want.
Harkens to Fleet Charge. Only
yes.
it's like better because
It's better.
Move action and attack action.
I had him run around and punch all of you because you were all standing in different locations and he can hit 4 times.
That's like Matrix shit.
And he has enough speed to do it because he has the mythic speed ability.
Okay, guys, I think we should get out of here.
And so...
We don't like Rufus that much.
So what you should have been doing is taking notes. I'm sure you were in your head. But then, a rules lawyer GM would go, who doesn't actually know the rules, go, wait, why is he able to move and attack multiple times? Would you shut the fuck up?
Why wouldn't he? He's a demigod. I just took it on good faith that I'm sure there's a feat that allows him to do this.
I think I've at least proven to you and Jason that I 99% of the time know what I'm doing.
If it were me doing that, I would question it. I would, because I'm not as keen, like a lot of... Maybe not anymore. My earlier campaigns, I was a little more leaning towards bending rules, but now it's like, I've realized, like, anything I want Madeline to do, there's probably an equivalent somewhere in Pathfinder anyhow.
Well, the problem is I'm playing that campaign, so you can't ask me, like,
So, yeah.
hey, how do I kill all you guys?
But it's
with
like,
this?
the point is, like, I don't have to just make up an ability in most cases. I can look it up and be like, okay, this is essential. For instance, Barbs of Ecstasy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird attack, and I'm like, that's exactly what Madeline does out of Pathfinder anyway.
That's essentially the Beetlejuice thing where he made spikes come out of him.
Like, that's one of the things she would do, and I'm like, okay, now I found it. Now there's an equivalent for these. You can make anything work, essentially. With enough time and obsessing. Alcohol.
But yes, you can add narrative and exposition into combat without making it ham-fisted.
I love that word.
Yeah, ham-fisted.
I also like hackneyed. Hackneyed is
Also, another one on splitting the party and combat. You can make that work to your advantage as GM quite a bit if you know what you're doing. For example, when we were playing Strange Aeons, it's a 2-person game. You and Jason are playing. Jason's playing super sneaky person. You're playing super sword fighting heavy person. He decides he wants to go ahead in this cave by himself because obviously you don't want to bring big clanky heavy armor
clank, clank,
douchebag on a stealth mission.
Clank, clank. When can I hit things? Clank.
Essentially. So he leaves you at like the mouth of the cave, where and there's all these weird pillars and what's the name, murals.
I remember that well.
And so he goes ahead. He's sneaking. He's going really well. So I thought this is where you have to be a human running the game and think.
Yeah.
So okay, they split up. In the campaign, the murals come to life and try to hit you, try to attack you because they're all constructs.
That's some Castlevania shit.
Now I thought, okay, you know what? This is an easy way to split the party and both give them jobs where it's not just okay. Now it's the sneaky guy show and you just sit here with your thumb up your ass the whole time.
Exactly.
Now I've got a nice split narrative where
Do not make me the decker.
yeah, this guy's sneaking around and you're back there fighting a bunch of constructs in the walls, clanking around.
Standing there, arms crossed. All of a sudden, it's like.
And neither of you
slither,
are
slither.
interfering with each other.
Yeah.
You're not interrupting the stealth campaign
If
because
anything,
if anything, you're drawing
yeah,
attention to you.
I helped because all those ogre things or whatever the hell they were,
Guns.
the Goros, move away. The Shokan.
So again, don't freak out when the party splits up. Just make it work. You're the GM. You're God.
Do not
Make it work.
Freak out, and just don't split the party in general as a party. If you're the GM and you want to split the party, that's just advantageous. It's good, and if you do it right, it's good. But yeah, like I'm waiting for a chance when you guys are to just like spikes come out of the floor and form a cage. Now you're both isolated on separate sides of the rooms, fighting monsters that you're able to take. But if one of you gets unlucky, you might drop and need the other's help, and they gotta deal with that first.
Well,
That's a fair way to split a party.
Here's another idea though. The trust between the group and the GM. If your players trust you, you can get away with shit.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
You can get away with more shit. You can go like, look, just wink, wink, trust me.
Unless you're James, and he's like, I don't trust you.
Well,
You cheated chess.
some players just don't trust people.
Yeah.
Like for example, I had a fight. Did we talk about this one already?
What are you about to bring up?
The Undead Mist.
I think we mentioned it in passing, but I don't believe we've told the full story. What, when Faye wandered off?
Yeah. Okay.
I like
same
that.
campaign, Strange Aeons. I was like, okay, how do I make this combat more interesting? I was like, okay, I'll split the party up. How do I do that? And I just said to you, you wake up in the middle of the night, you feel kind of uneasy, feel like you need some fresh air. Now, if the player didn't trust me,
they'd be like, no, we're not splitting the
Not
party.
splitting
no.
the party.
I just go sit on the can. Shit, maybe that's what it is.
but you're like, okay, he's not going to lead me to the slaughter. He's not gonna.
That would ruin the game.
He's not gonna throw anything at me that's impossible. So you just went with the
Here's
flow.
what Faye would do. She'd take a stroll.
So you stayed in character.
She's not afraid of anything.
So what you're saying is you didn't metagame because I didn't give you a reason
Yeah,
to
exactly.
feel like you had to metagame. Because I'm not a douchebag. At least when I'm
Well,
GMing.
Okay, yeah, fair. That's fair. You're kind of a douchebag when you jam. But not in context
How many times have I murdered you?
of rules. Not in the context of rules.
Or screwing your players?
But you do enjoy when things go south.
Give me something.
You're a little bit spooning at times. just a little.
Give me something. Come on, fuck up once in a while so I can enjoy it.
It's not really in my prerogative to fuck up. I do sometimes, but I can't think of a single situation where I truly fucked up. As a player, I'm rock solid.
Another example of trying to make combat interesting. We mentioned this one in passing too in the Black Wolf thing where you guys would end up surrounded by 4 vampires, the anti-paladin, and the dark cleric. And the dark cleric had a hostage.
Yes.
So, yeah, of
raised
course,
the
Black Wolf just said, "I'm going to throw a shuriken."
I watch
and,
Naruto.
And he said, "I'm going to cut," because I mentioned he's holding on to her hair, and he has a dagger in her back, and he's like, "I'm going to cut her hair," and of course he rolls like 35 something, thinking like, would that work? You know what? Fuck, he's Black
You know what?
Wolf.
The dagger misses her hair and slices his arm off at the elbow. So now it was
a
rigor
shuriken.
mortis sets in and it's just still hanging from her hair.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes you're gonna come up with a really great combat. You're like, oh, they're gonna be, and they just sweep the fucking rug out from under you.
That was one of those ones.
And you just gotta
cut her hair. Matthew teleported, beat up another old man.
Don't get mad when they work together and they're smart.
You have to. If you get mad about that, you're a shitty DM.
Oh yeah.
GM, whatever. Like, I don't care if on a technical level you're good. When you get mad that your players do well, you're missing the point. Because that means, well, the game can go on.
Well, yeah. And it depends. If they do well because they worked together and they stayed in character, that's good. But if they metagamed and fucked around,
then no.
Yeah.
Then
I understand getting
then
a
it's
little
just like
frustrated.
spitting in the DM's face. I always say DM, because I always think dungeon master.
That's fine.
And GM to me means general manager.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't mean that to you.
So, yeah.
From your wrestling days.
Or gay marriage. Or something.